So the Warriors also spending today partying. I mean, not Alex Ovechkin level partying, because number one, things are different when it's your third trophy in 4 years. And number two, no one else has that man's liver. Still, it's a fun day up in Oakland, complete with some Steph shimmying, Draymond delivering shade via T-shirt, and Nick Young, well, I can't explain exactly what the bathrobe blazer thing that he's wearing today is, but the very fact that we can now throw around the phrase NBA champion Swaggy P is probably enough just in itself. Of course, along with the confetti being thrown around at these kinds of parades, we're getting plenty of speculation tossed around too. And just about how far this Warriors dynasty is going to extend, what that means for the rest of the league. And here are the nuts and bolts. Kevin Durant has already said he plans to re-sign with Golden State.
Who did he say that to?
He said that to me. So he is staying there for at least another year. That's good. You can be my hype man anytime, I mean. The whole rest of the Warriors core already under contract, and it's been reported Klay Thompson would even consider signing an extension this summer, which would allow the Warriors to pay him about $85 million less than if he waits until his free agency the following year. Whether that happens or not, the Warriors have also said they intend to get younger and more flexible with their role players, with the idea of being better equipped to fend off the kind of attack they faced from Houston during these playoffs. Oh, and they may just also flat out lift one of the Rockets' players as well. Trevor Ariza set to become a free agent this summer, and there is already reporting that he may be willing to sign with Golden State and take a discount to do that as well.
Light years.
I mean, if that happens, if the Warriors really pick off yet another key player from the opponent who most recently threatened them, just kind of like they did with KD in Oklahoma City a few years ago, geez. I mean, I keep thinking of that old sci-fi movie, The Blob,
wow,
right?
Look at that
where
poster.
the goo just eats up everything in its path, and as it eats it, it makes it grow bigger and bigger and stronger. Is that what we're destined for in the NBA? And if so, would that be such a bad thing? We know dynasties draw in casual fans. Back in the 80s, a struggling NBA revived itself on the backs of the Lakers and the Celtics. In the 90s, the league flourished thanks to, the Chicago Bulls. You know how everyone right now is asking if the Warriors are ruining the NBA? Well, guess what? Here's the cover of Sports Illustrated from 1997. Same concerns in the moment right there. And of course, now we look back at that time as one of the golden eras of basketball. Look, nobody knows what the future is going to hold. We could see another super team forming around LeBron James this summer. That could take the Warriors down. Maybe Boston or Houston, they already have enough to do it themselves. But Steph and KD will only be 30 years old by the time next season starts. It is easy to imagine Golden State throwing a lot more parades, and I am as interested in watching how they manage to keep this together as I am in watching how the rest of the league tries to rip it apart. So we are now joined, indeed, by Scottie Pippen. Welcome.
Hey.
And you are Mr. Dynasty, of course. But I do want to ask you about this because dynasties break up over two things, either ego or money, right? That ego, by the way, could belong to the front office, too. I'm just saying. The Warriors
said exactly.
not in the Warriors case.
No, in a different case. In a different case.
That's
We're not
all
going to
I'm
say which
saying.
case.
The Warriors do seem okay on the ego front right now, including up through the front office. The money, though, that's the thing. So there's reporting, you heard me just say, Klay, if he signed the extension, that would shave about $85 million off what the max is he could get the following summer.
Wow.
Owner Joe Lacob told Ramona Shelburne he would like to sign Draymond to an extension this summer, too. That would mean he would take a significant pay cut from what he could get in a couple years. Should these players even consider this? Because you've been in that position of wanting to keep everything together, but at what cost?
Well, I think winning is fun and it's enjoyable, and it's something that you want to last forever when you're in the game, when you're going through your career. But ultimately, it's about you getting yourself financially stable in the game. And I think that's the way players see the game today because the money is so big, even for the 12th guy on the team. So I think it's important for the players to really evaluate their career. You can't compare a lot of guys' careers to Kevin Durant or LeBron because those guys make so much more from endorsements, shoe deals. But for the other players, I think it's important for them to make the right decision financially and not really focus on just the championships.
Yeah, there's no old timers league, right? There's not like the PGA where you can keep playing until you're 60 or whatever.
Right.
You have a window of time where you got to make as much money as you can. We're not talking about, hey, take less money so that we can get Kevin Durant next year or whoever. We're talking about take less money so Joe Lacob and Peter Guber could take home more money, right? That's what we're talking about.
So this is about, and we were talking about this a little bit before the show. I just want you to fully explain to people. It's about luxury tax and repeater tax.
Right. So here's the thing. The NBA's collective bargaining agreement, the luxury tax, the repeater tax, is in place because they don't want people spending money and having super teams by buying talent, right?
Because you can keep re-upping your own players.
Yes.
It's a soft cap. So you can keep re-upping your own players. You can pay them kind of as much as the market demands.
But they're going to make it hurt you to pay. You're going to have to pay a lot. So I was telling you this earlier, that there's a great chance in the next couple of years that they're going to win titles and be losing money. Even when they move to that new building, they'll still be losing money. But the idea is...
I don't know if I believe that.
No, I'm just talking about fiscal year.
Right.
They're going to make less money than they're going to spend on this team. But here's the thing. They bought that team for $400 million. It's worth billions now.
Right.
At some point, they'll make it up. But Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, they take a pay cut.
They can't make it up.
They can't make it up down the line.
Right.
That money's gone forever. And so, to me, if I'm them, unless you're telling me, hey, if you take less, we can get this name, nah, man, pay me every single dollar.